Sorry that we're running. I didn't realize it. So at 9:05, we'll call this meeting to order. And I'll offer us an opening prayer, and then we'll be led in the pledge of allegiance by Ms. Deborah Muller. Our Father in heaven, we are grateful to be gathered this morning to do business for the County of Catron, and we are just grateful for the blessings that Thou hast given us in our lives and in all these, in the beautiful country that Thou hast blessed us with being able to live in, Father. We pray that Thy Spirit would be with us today, that we might make the best decisions that we can concerning the county and hope make this one of the best places in the U.S. to live. Father, we ask a special blessing upon Chester Muller's family, that they might be comforted in this time of grief. And Thou please bless Chester, that he might be with Thee, that he might be comforted. Father, we are grateful for Thee, grateful for Thy Son, and for His sacrifice for us, and we pray that we might be able to do the best that we can in our lives to follow Your example. And we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Is there any discussion on the agenda at all? I have not been able to go over.
I looked to see if there was anything that we could condense,
Right.
and unfortunately, I didn't see any obvious opportunities.
Okay. All right. Seeing as there's no further discussion, is there a motion?
I'll motion we approve the agenda.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Approval of minutes for October 15th special meeting and October 20th special meeting. Is there any discussion? Seeing as there's no discussion, is there a motion?
A second.
It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We will now open this time up for public comment. During this portion of our meeting, we welcome your suggestions, want to hear your concerns. This is not a question and answer period. Speakers will be limited to 3 minutes. The county commission is not able to act on matters discussed during public comment. Speakers are requested to state their name for the record. Is there anybody who would like to speak during public comment? All right. Seeing as there is none, the commission will now convene as the county canvassing board.
I handed you the canvas.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, do we need to do anything else when we,
You just look at the numbers that make sure that they're okay, and
and then do we just vote on it as like a
yes,
motion?
motion.
Do they need a motion to turn into the,
You do need
So-
a motion to go into the canvas.
Okay,
I'll motion we exit commission meeting and move into campus meeting.
Okay.
it's been motioned and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
And District 1,
Buster Green?
District 2, District 3.
Moving forward,
Okay, now we're in the canvas board. And it went well. Our canvas, there was no problems. We had, I think at one point service was out for a little while, but they got back in and we got our numbers in, and it was even the whole state did well. I didn't see any problems. If it only works this way on the next year.
it will.
Yeah. So we're just asking you to sign off on the canvas, and we have your And where the people, you could see what I have a packet. It says sign off on the canvas and to sign off on the people that won, which is like, I mean, everyone won except for one person. Doesn't have sound, but
So we need to sign each one of these and as a member,
yes, please,
and then Buster is the chairman?
yes.
Okay.
So, Mr. Chairman, just to ask, just for the record, were there any discrepancies in the election?
No, we didn't see any. We had problems with service for a little while there. They wouldn't let us put our write-ins in. And then they got it working and it was good.
And then you just have to physically.
And the state told us that it was
Write-ins, right?
good. Yeah. They told us that everything looked good all across the state. So I didn't see any that was bad. It's a very small election for us. Very small. You can see how many people actually voted. In different precincts, we have different reports there.
So the school bond didn't want to pass then,
Yes, it did.
and we're, so like on this first page on the general election? Oh, okay, so here, there was 56 write-in.
Yes, in the whole. Yeah.
So why are all 56 unresolved? Or
Because people will write on there that it is, like I said, Mickey Mouse. They'll put someone they thought was running, but wasn't. A write-in, they come in and they sign up for the write-in, but it's up to them to tell the people that they're a write-in and teach them how to spell their name. And we are good about it. If we saw Ace on there, we knew it was Ace McFall.
Yeah.
If we saw McFall on there, we knew. But if they put Bob Jones on there, it's not counted.
Right.
And so there was a lot not counted.
And sometimes they'll write in Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck or something.
Yeah. And so
Yeah, that's it.
right?
Yeah. So, Mr. Chairman, the item would need to have a motion to approve to approve the canvas and certify the.
I'll make a motion to approve the canvas as presented and certify the election.
Second.
The motion seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Adding nice work, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Ellen
Ellen.
is our computer lady. District 1,
Buster Green, aye.
District 2,
Eileen Green, aye.
District 3.
Forward, aye.
It is closed.
With Buster signing, I believe, Adrian, we need a motion to reconvene to county commission.
Correct, sir.
Are you so motioning?
I was waiting for Audrey.
All motion that we reconvene. Yes.
Second,
The motion second, that we reconvene as a commission, all in favor?
aye.
Aye.
And I guess we should congratulate all of the winners, huh?
There was a lot. That's why we have you signing for them.
Yeah, that's what Buster's still signing. There's a lot of winners.
Everybody was a winner except.
I think the commission does congratulate everybody.
These are people that work in our county. These are people that work for our county to be better. It was good that we congratulate them. Our school boards, our water boards,
They do a lot of good for the county.
they do. And most of it is done without payment. It's really good for them.
It is like it too.
Alan.
Yes.
Alan. Because we approved the agenda, we're actually. I think that,
I asked Adrian before I gave you that.
yeah,
And
Adrian, so on the reports part, for Kimberly,
It's your discretion, Mr. Chairman, you can move something.
so even though we approved that, I
Close call something.
so right before executive, we could just stick her in after the approval of payroll.
That's correct. You
And
can
just have that report.
do that by motion, vote of the commission, or you can do it as discretion. Just to move it around there. Start to you, yes.
Okay, so then we'll have the report from the treasurer right before executive session.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
I would like to talk to her.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now we will go into the commissioner activity report.
I can jump in if
Okay.
you like.
Yes.
So I think everybody heard that our past representative and Republican chair for New Mexico, Steve Pierce, was nominated to be in charge of the BLM nationwide, which I think is a good thing. He's got a lot of experience in that. I attended a CLLA meeting, the first one. We did invite our representative Crystal Brantley to be there. Gail Armstrong was also there. And both of those representatives were very interested and involved in what the CLLA is planning to do to move ahead in this legislative session. See if we can get some additional funding. They were very engaged, and I was absolutely thrilled to have our representatives there at the meeting. I need to note that unfortunately we did have a issue regarding posting for Open Meetings Act requirement. So we are going to again engage in that meeting, but simply to confirm all the decisions that were made. In speaking with Representative Brentley, we did communicate some activities that she could be involved in here in Reserve and Luna. And I think that's going to be on your manager's report. So I'll let you talk about the good things that she did while she was here. We had a joint meeting between Crystal, our county manager, myself, and representatives from the Reserve School Board to talk about that schoolhouse down in Glenwood and our desire to purchase it and how it's going to benefit the county and Glenwood. And I will be talking to them about it this Wednesday at their meeting and see if we can get this moving forward. Our illustrious Senator Martin Heinrich continues to push ahead this wild and scenic rivers bill. And now that he is the what's his title now on the Energy Committee? He is the ranking member, so he has enough horsepower to force it onto the Energy and Natural Resources Committee agenda, which he has done. And as soon as government reopens, within a week, they're going to be talking about that bill again. I mean, this is the 6th year that he continues to push that. We've got 800,000 people in Southwest New Mexico opposing it. And he's pushing it ahead because of 2,000 environmentalists. It's very frustrating. So I reached out to all the government agencies that have opposed that bill in the past, and I've asked them to update all of their opposition letters and see if we can, again, stop it. So that's my report.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Okay. So, the only thing that I have to report is, October was a very interesting and busy month for us with special meetings and various things that happened within the county. And, so besides of all the issues that were there, fielded multiple phone calls and stuff on roads and, questions with the voting and stuff. But anyway,
Are you still on the Soil and Water
yes.
Commission? So you're wearing the two hats? A lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just wasn't, my position wasn't up for election this year.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was it, without going into detail with everything.
So my report's short and sweet. Since the government shut down, we weren't able to go to the Wolf executive meetings because U.S. Fish and Wildlife are all furloughed. So with that being said, just behind the scenes, still trying to push through, getting like a map on our rapture so that we can actually log on and see where the wolves are. So that's looking promising, and then dealing with the FSA with the lip and the way those payments are made to try to set it more in stone, so to help the ranchers. Going back to like probable and confirmed, so a lot of work on that with the phone. It's not as busy now that Hayden has the CLA and I don't.
Well, and since now I do you think Kosh will be able to help get a bridge between all of the computers that we have that give the depredation locations, so that we can put it on a map that we can share with the public?
I don't know, like all that detail, that's all gonna depend on Fish and Wildlife and what they're gonna let us have access to. I don't know if it's gonna be, like, we're pushing for the sheriff and their officers to be able to look at that, and then along with the permittees and people that have, but I don't think it's gonna be something they're gonna want the whole public, because that'd be statewide, that everyone's gonna kill them if they see where they're at.
Yeah, you know, and that's the frustration. In Northern California, there were 70 depredations, and because of that, they killed 4 wolves and removed the others. We have how many depredations now?
Well, and they've opened up the Durango part of New Mexico has said they'll accept wolves. So they've been talking about all the problems and stuff that are here, and the zoos are all full, so they have no room on the landscape for them. So hopefully they'll get that open where they can start sending more wolves to Mexico.
Okay.
But a lot's in the works. I would think in the next few months, we're gonna hear some more definite answers. But there is a lot of good for us that they're actually listening to us.
Yeah.
So.
And so everybody knows the frustration with the wolves. This is the only state where the program right now is really controlled by the federal government. And in all the other states, it's controlled by the state. So there's a lot of detail and data that's being shared with the public because states will release it. And our hands are tied in many cases right now.
Every which way we turn, we'll think of a good idea and then no, but we are making progress, so we're just gonna keep at it.
I think we are too. Yeah.
All right. Forest Service, the government set down, they don't have anything really to report, so we'll move on to the manager report. Mrs. Mullen.
So I know you guys requested it be submitted to you, Friday before the commission meeting, but I ran out of time, so I do apologize. So I did spend a lot of good time with, Senator Brantley we went to Kumado, we spoke with the water district, and that was huge for them. She provided them an avenue, she wants them to create an RFP and get everything shovel ready, and should apply for emergency funding for environment. So I think that's gonna be huge for them. And it also ties in, you'll see one agenda item here further down regarding Johnny on the spot. And so we just needed you guys to be aware of what's going on with Johnny on the spot. So our septic pumping remains a big deal in the county right now. But hopefully Senator Brantley will be able to assist with Armato. She also we met with the Reserve School District, as Hayden mentioned, and that was very positive. I think the meeting, taking her around that day here throughout the county was beneficial for Catchment County. And she also provided some information on how to go about with both the asks, basically 2 asks to the governor. So a lot of our rock crusher and the things that we're asking for our ICIP, they're such large dollar amounts that they would never be approved through the Crystal and or Gale. And so you'll see an agenda item further that is basically ask the governor. So that's where that came from, is that spending that time. So.
Can I just clarify that a little bit? So my understanding is we need to go direct to the governor through her appropriations department to get the rock crusher and the dozer. The governor can approve those big dollar items. Right?
My understanding is Senator Brantley only has about like $300,000 and Gale may have about $700,000. So even if they combined, we still wouldn't have enough.
So Senator Brantley is going to help us make that application to the governor.
So Emily, our grant person, has created the application. She wants basically to include the minutes with that application to say that the board approves it, right? Okay. And so that's why it's a new thing. I did go to Glenwood had an amazing function for benefiting basically saying thank you to their first responders. So I attended that on Hayden's behalf and it was well attended. There was probably 80 to 100 people. And you had past members of EMS, fire, and current members, but it was just a way of the community saying thank you. So it was really good.
All right, so we were gonna move you further down, but you wanna go ahead now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Morning, everyone. So I just wanted to update you guys on everything that's going on. So Friday, I did review the tax roll. There seems to be some issues with it. They're still gonna work with me on attempting to tie in the taxes, and there was some issues with some duplicate UPCs. I need to do a little bit more testing just to make sure that, you know, everything's aligned and the right people are getting the right taxes. So I'm gonna do a little bit of work on that, and then I can give you a little more information on how we can proceed on that. I'm hoping to get everything to the printers by the 19th, so that we can have everything out by December 1st. They need about 7 to 10 days to be able to get the shipping. So that should be taken care of. If I do need extra to tie in any of the taxes or work on the duplicate PCs, Lily did offer to assist me with that and to get, just to make sure that we have the manpower to be able to get, because there's 1,240 tax bills that aren't tied together. So essentially what that means is that if someone has a delinquency, 2 years of delinquencies. They're not connected. So what we have to do is manually go in there and find the delinquent taxes and see if they are a part of that 1,200 number, and then manually tie them together. So as long as we can get that done before the 19th, we should be able to get everything sent out. So there definitely are some issues, but I do believe we'll be able to get those taken care of. I was on the phone with Irma when talking with her about these issues. And I'm gonna get back on the phone with her when I get back, and we're gonna work a little bit harder. And at the end of the day, I'll send you all a little update, just so everybody knows where we're at and that we're on the same page. Did you guys have any questions about what's going on?
Yeah. Do you feel like you're under some pressure?
Well, I've worked 7 days a week for the past 2 weeks, so a little bit, but yeah, we're definitely getting it done, but it is a lot. There's a lot that I have to catch up on, so but we're getting it done.
So the bridge that we had between Tyler and Triadic, is that working for you
It
right
is,
now?
that's the issue. The bridge is kind of an issue, is that it's not really working. So that's why we're having the issues with the tie-ins, and that's why we're having the issues with the UPCs. So that's currently what I'm working with Irma to fix. That way, if we do have to manually go in there and manually bridge it ourselves, then we'll do that. It might, I mean, like I said, I'll let you guys know how large of a scope it is once I finish talking with her and spot checking some things. But it's a lot, you know. There's 900, a little over 900 UPCs that need work, and then the over 1,200 issues with the tie-ins, and then there's a little smattering here and there, mostly with the veterans exemptions that we're gonna have to go in and manually fix. So there's probably around 2,200 errors that we're gonna have to manually go in.
So once we get past this hurdle, moving ahead, are you going to try to bring Tyler in?
That is the plan. I have a lot of things in office that I need to get fixed first. There's a lot of things missing. The bank reconciliations from, I double checked this morning, February to current do not exist. They're not there. They were in these books, and now they are no longer in these books. And I have looked in I have had myself, my staff, look through every single folder that there is, and these documents aren't there anymore. So I have to rebuild those so that we stay legal with the state, so that when the auditors come in, I can just hand them this stuff, you know, rather than just kind of ignoring the situation. And I mean, rebuilding an entire year's worth of paperwork is gonna be a lot.
Well, I'm sure glad to hear you say you're gonna try to move towards Tyler, and for me, I'll do whatever I can to support you in that effort.
Yeah. When we do the, cause I was there during the last, conversion, and I know there was a lot of issues. But luckily, I think working with the assessor's office, it gave me a better understanding of how the two offices work together and how one kind of gets the information from the other. So with that in mind, I can really kind of spearhead getting things fixed the way they need to. Because when we were doing it previously, you know, we didn't have that knowledge, so, you know, we do.
I do have one other thing that's a little
course.
off topic.
Sure.
I believe we've got $2 million and change in CDs that are maturing, one today and one on the 17th,
Correct,
I believe.
yeah.
In my opinion, and this is just me, in an effort to continue to support the local bank that we have, in my opinion, a million of that could go into that bank if they can get within 0.5% of the competitive bids out there.
Right.
And that will support the local community.
So the CDs that we currently have are running at 3.25%, which is pretty decent for a CD. But honestly, with everything that's kind of going on right now with, I don't know if you guys got the ethics thing this morning.
Yeah.
That's a year two problem for me at this point. I have to rebuild an office, do a conversion, and try to figure out all of this with very little training.
Right.
So those things, especially given the sensitivity of what's going on right now, I'm gonna let them roll over. I understand that maybe that's not exactly how other people want things to do, but as of right now, like I said, with the sensitivity of everything going on, and currently I need to get these tax bills out.
Right.
I need to rebuild the mandatory and the legality of my office. The 0.25% that we could be getting is, I don't have the time to go out and find these quotes within a day when I have all this other stuff on my back.
And I get that.
Yeah.
There is one other aspect to this, that we're gonna have 2 million and change. What I think we would, or I would prefer to
Yeah.
see, you can certainly let 1 million of it roll over. The other 1 million really needs to be liquid to support our grant reimbursement programs.
Okay.
And again, in my opinion, that can go into the state fund, which is paying 4%. It's completely liquid, so if we need to pull out 200,000, we can do that within 24 hours. And then when we're reimbursed, we can put it back in. So it's a high interest rate
Right.
and a very liquid account. So my recommendation would
Right.
be have 1 million of that go into that account.
I can look into it. Currently, like I said, right now, I can look at that between now and the 17th when that one CD is gonna roll over.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be all hands on deck to get 2,200 errors fixed. And right now, that money is in a safe place where it is still making us a good amount of money. But, you know, it's something I'll look into if I can, but.
You can make, right, I'm not telling you what to do, we need to be on the same page here, but you can certainly give them a call, say, look, that CD that's coming due on the 17th, $1 million CD, put it in a money market until I can tackle it in a week and a half.
Right.
Rather than have it go into another year's CD.
I'll look into it and I'll let you guys know when I send you an email at the end of the day.
That way it would be so I understand what Hayden's saying there, so that would be accessible. And so that you don't have to concentrate or focus on it right now.
Right.
Just make sure that maybe till after the first of the year that then we would find what investment was best for the
Right.
county.
Okay.
So, you know, to make sure that it wasn't locked in for another year.
Another year.
We might just put it in an account that would be,
A
you
little
know,
more
that,
liquid,
yeah.
liquidity, yeah. Like I said, I'll look into it, I'll let you guys know. But as of right now, the tax bills and getting my office
Oh, yeah.
back in order is
We
fine.
understand that's the priority.
But, yeah, I guess that's it for me. Do you guys have any other questions? All right, well, I'm gonna get back to work.
Thank you for your hard work.
Absolutely. You guys have a great day.
all right. Okay. Any department reports that would like to be given here? Yes, ma'am. Finance.
I did, since you're talking about CDs and stuff like that, I just want to remind everyone that
We have not gotten our SRS money. It's gonna be in this year.
The what?
We have not gotten the SRS money, and with the government shutdown, no telling when or if we're gonna get that money. So just keep in mind that there needs to be a plan in place, because the road department will run out of money before the fiscal year. 2 of those CDs belong to the department, just to let you.
When, are both of those CDs gonna mature by the 17th?
I don't think about.
I think one on the 10th today and one on the 17th.
We're gonna have to address that, like, we have to have that liquid.
Yeah.
It can't go in for another year and then it's needed.
Well, if it rolls over into another year, we can always pull it out early. We just lose any interest that is there, but we'll get the principal.
You generally just get, the penalty is generally a 1 month interest, so it's really, yeah, if it's been in there for 6 months and you lose 1 month's interest, if you have to have liquid, it's not the end of the world, it's not
Okay.
great, but it's not the end of the.
Becky, can you clarify, you said the road department will run out of money before the end of the fiscal year. Would it be more accurate to say the end of the calendar year?
I don't know. It depends on what money still comes in. We get money off the motor vehicle department and that, so what little bit comes in could keep, I mean, they budgeted off of exactly what they had, but there's always more expenses then. So the last time that I looked, everything that's encumbered, whatever, $3,000 to $4,000
For all 3 districts?
for all 3 districts, so yeah. So, I mean, it was cutting it close when we did the budget. I mean, they're down to the skeleton on the budget. So I just want you to be aware that that is gonna become an issue.
And, you know, this SRS money, it is so frustrating. The House has a bill that the Senate approved saying, let's turn loose of the SRS money. The House is saying, yeah, we're in favor of this, but they will not bring it to the table for a vote because it gives the Republicans a win.
Unfortunately, it's gonna give us a loss, so.
Yeah, and it's punishing us. They're playing political football with our money right now.
Anyway, I just want you to keep that in mind.
Okay, thank you. All right. With her.
Okay, road before, so all the districts are pretty much through doing their projects, just trying to catch up laying all the roads, which is a big deal. But this morning, we lost one of our good blade hands, Chester Baller. He'd been with the county about 12 years, a good hand. And I pray for his family. But about a year ago, Chester came up to me and says, Mark, I've got to retire. And I said, well, good, Chester, you probably earned it. He said, but I don't want to retire. My family's making. I said, well, it's up to you. He said, can I keep on working? I said, yes, sir. It worked. He said, thank you. That's all I said.
By the way, I was on a lot of the back roads and our road crews are doing a fantastic job.
They're staying busy. And they're gonna miss old Chester, let me tell you, that's all.
We're gonna miss him a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Just a quick addition to like some of your commission reports. I don't know how many of you saw the USDA white paper that came out on beef production a couple of weeks ago. If you get a chance, go back and look at that document. I could share it with you. But basically, this turmoil in our beef markets started about 2 weeks ago. This is a white paper that came out of the White House through Secretary Rollins and Interior Secretary, anyway, on a way to tackle beef production in the U.S. And in the second page of that, it specifies predators and some other stuff, and it specifically states Arizona and New Mexico, and then other states, if you read that document. That's a direct result of all the work that we've done through all the different groups, Wolves Among Us, our trade groups, our Federal Lands Council, the SBA meetings we had, all that stuff is a direct result that New Mexico is named specifically at the top of that list when it comes to dealing with predators and stuff in the future for them. So just want to make you aware of that. If you haven't read that paper, I'll gladly find you a copy of it and share it. But it's about a 3-page document. That's how these agencies want to move forward with emphasizing beef production in America. And it specifically addressing some of the issues that we have out there. Just wanted to add to that discussion.
I'd sure like to see it, please.
Okay. Anybody need a bathroom break or anything before we move into action items? Okay. So move into action items, approval of new fire chief for Luna Fire Department, Pat Morrison, and Glenwood Fire Department, Donald Baker. Can we? Well, yeah, we probably need this. Okay. Is there any discussion?
Okay, just to kind of
Yeah.
fill you in on what's going on, is typically when we have a fire chief either step down or retire, the new fire chief has to be ratified by the commission. And so that's the purpose of this action item this morning, is we have 2 qualified candidates, one for for Luna, Pat Morrison, that has been acting chief now for over a year. She's really up to speed, doing a great job as chief. And the second for Glenwood is Donald Baker. He's been with the Glenwood Fire Department for a little over a year now. Has the desire to be able to help that department out. You have the current chief looking to step back. As everybody knows, Alan Beatty, he's getting up there in age and he'd like to slow down a little bit, and he's willing to stay on as assistant chief and help bring Donald along and get him up to speed. I've also visited with the fire marshal's office on these 2 candidates, and they support them as well as the county fire admin.
I've communicated twice now with Don Baker. He's in procurement history, or he has procurement history. He understands the importance of following the procedures for spending money, particularly in the smaller purchases. He's a fantastic guy. I really like him, and he is no relationship to Dennis Baker.
Okay, but you're
Yes.
fully on board with this?
Yes.
All right. Any other discussion? Seeing as there's no other discussion, is there a motion?
A second.
It's been motioned second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item B, consideration resolution 18-2026, continued opposition to Dutch Salmon Gila Wild and Scenic River Act.
So we talk
Yes.
about this every year. It is just a continuing of our resolution and updating of it.
Yep.
Saying we continue to oppose the disastrous act that's going to damage our economy. I'll second.
It's been motioned second that we continue this opposition to this. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item C, consideration of resolution 19-2025, delegating the authority to make the appointment of the livestock producer member and non-government organization member to the County Livestock Loss Authority. Is there any needed discussion on this?
Yeah, like what, why are we doing
Well,
this?
in the if you don't mind me jumping in,
I can explain if you
Go ahead.
And pursuant to the joint powers agreement, that established the JPA between Catron, Sierra, and Socorro, the two non-county members are appointed by the county commission. So the county commission has to vote. I think that it's a majority of the county commissioners. So if you and Socorro agree on one, then that's the person. This would grant the authority to Hayden to make that appointment on your behalf, and you can either choose to do that or you can make the appointment yourself. But basically, for the NGO and the livestock producer have to be approved by the boards of county commissioners.
so in this last CLLA meeting, we approved Sisto and, Tom.
So did that need to be brought to our commission meeting first?
According to the bylaws,
The CLLA cannot appoint its own members, since it was established by the Board of County Commissioners. Board of County Commissioners has to appoint the members.
So they were basically saying Hayden can make that decision.
That's what this resolution, you could modify the resolution and make the appointments as a board today, if you'd like, as yourself, or you can give the authority to Hayden to do it as a member, but that way he would be acting with the full authority of the board, rather than just a member.
and my understanding is to follow the same procedures. Socorro County is doing the same thing.
Did they all do it, the other two counties?
Socorro County's doing it tonight. I have no idea what Sierra County is.
But as long as we have two.
That's like, just let Jim run the whole COA, but should we give Hayden that much authority? Can he really make decisions on his own?
No, I can't. No, I will do exactly what, you and Buster tell me. From here on out.
All right,
So I motion we approve that resolution.
I'll second it. Been motion and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item D, approval of amendment number 2 to the professional services agreement with regrets of the, with the regions of the University of New Mexico and UNN Medical Service for medical director services.
Yeah.
Open the floor for discussion.
I didn't understand this at all.
Okay, so what this is this is a professional agreement with the UNM Consortium, and they are our medical director for all our North County EMS services. And this is just a reissuance of the contract that was done in the past. And because all EMS have to have a medical director, so right now, Fire District 30, Pytown, Quamato, and Luna are all using the UNM Consortium. The Southern County, being Reserve and Glenwood, are using Dr. Corietta Gila Regional. Well, we do need to have these agreements in place to continue to be able to operate our EMS.
And UNM is a governmental organization, and the consortium does a great job. Okay, as far as the
And
record.
there's no changes, they just, all they needed to do was update it.
Right.
Good.
If there's no further discussion, is there a motion? Motion.
I'll second.
It's been motion and second to approve. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item E, approval of memorandum of understanding with Somos Solar Incorporated for electric vehicle charging station installation in Python. That's NMSA 1978.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, what this is this is for the electrical vehicle charging station grant, and we're doing this on this is being procured on another contract, which is a state price agreement pursuant to 13-1-129, which means all we need is a memorandum of agreement that says that Somos Solar will comply with the pricing and the terms and conditions of the state price agreement. And so then the price ends up being what the grant is going to charge us. So, and state price agreements have the right legal language. So I would recommend approval if you want to move forward with that particular project.
Okay. Any other discussion? Seeing as there is none, is there a motion?
Motion to.
I'll second.
It's been motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item F, delegation of authority to the county manager to approve advanced air systems purchase, complete install of generator backup and transfer switches at Station 33, District 30. Any discussion on this item?
Larry's here to about that. Have any questions for him?
I
I
don't.
don't.
Seeing as there's no further, is there a motion?
I'll second.
It's been motion second to approve. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item G, acceptance and award of bid to Sierra Valley Contractor for the Crude Will Fire Suppression Pumping Station. Open the floor for discussion.
Okay, so what this is the second phase of the pumping station there in Crisville. It allows us to be able to fill trucks rapidly. versus right now just having a hard suction line to a hydrant, and being, gravity fed type of fill. So it increases the time. Grant was awarded for this project, fully funded from the State Fire Marshal's fund.
It's an expensive son of a gun.
And this thing's been ridiculous how expensive it is to get stuff done here in this county.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thank goodness we got a grant.
Is there if there's no further discussion, is there a motion?
I'll motion.
All right.
With motion seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item H, delegation of authority, county manager to approve contract with Sierra Valley Contractor for the Freeze Wheels Fire Suppression Pumping Station. This goes right along. Is there any discussion? It's been motioned.
Yeah, and again, it's granted money and it's needed, so I'll second.
With motion seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Item I, acceptance and award of bid to Fleet Plus for the reserve remount. Open the floor for discussion.
Okay, just explanation on this. This is our 24-26 unit. It's our third ambulance that we retained for the future remounting of it. We applied for a grant for this last December, and here in August, we're actually awarded the grant that was funded in September.
Right.
Just for remount. Yeah. We're involved.
I know.
They tell you put fire EMS behind anything, and it's twice or three times what you think it should cost.
Yeah. All right. If there's no further discussion,
I'll motion. I'll motion.
it's been motion seconded, all in favor? Aye. Item J, delegation of authority to county manager to approve contract with Fleet Plus for the reserve EMS. Oh, yeah, so this goes in conjunction. If there's no further discussion, is there a motion?
I'll second.
The motion seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item K, delegation of authority to county manager for Quemato Community Center electrical with Socorro Electrical Cooperatives. Open the floor for discussion.
The chairman, the actual estimate from Socorro Electric came in at $19,992. It was so close to $20,000. I didn't want any holdups when we got there, so I'm requesting 21 just to give us a little cushion.
Okay. There's no further discussion. Is there a motion?
I'll second.
It's been motion seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Item L, discussion regarding governor's capital outlay items. Rock crusher roof issues. Open the floor for discussion. Now, would this be an action item? Because this is just discussion.
It's just
What?
discussion because I was requested by our grant management administrator, Emily, to bring it for you guys to discuss if this is what you want to see as your governor capital outlay request. And that way she can provide the minutes with the application to the governor. So it was going to be the $700,000 for the
5 employees.
the 5 employees, and also potentially the rock crusher, which is going to be about $2 million.
It's rock crusher and dozer, and you've got all that paperwork on that. Okay. So, man, I wish we could make a motion instead of. Adrian? Oh.
Dang it.
So, the rock crusher, the $2 million for the rock crusher and the $700K for the employees on the wolf issue, that's going to the governor's capital outlay request or appropriations request. It would benefit us if we could make a motion to approve taking that action. Can we do that?
I think you can, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask any more questions.
Let's just make it happen.
I will make a motion that through the governor's capital outlay appropriations, we request the rock crusher and dozer to approve our road maintenance and $700,000 for employees to manage the wolf.
Second.
It's been motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item M, discussion regarding Johnny on the Spot no longer providing portable toilets effective the last week of December 2025.
They're still gonna pump for us, it's just not, there's not been enough.
We just want to put it, so we just want to put a couple of our solid waste areas, right, Mark?
Yeah.
I think we paid for, I want to say we paid for a total of 5 throughout different departments. And that's the only restrooms that the people working in that location have.
So will the stool bus, will they be able to take that business now?
They probably could, but, you know, I haven't been notified of their issue as far as dumping, you know, what they need to dump Kamado and take it in, you know, somewhere else in Deming, Albuquerque, I don't know who all takes it.
Okay, so
It's
we
gonna
need
be a
to,
problem.
we need to reach out and see
Yes,
if we can
I
replace that and if the, you know, what the price structure would be compared with Johnny on the Spot.
I included in your packets, I got a quote, an estimate from School Bus and Johnny on the Spot for the fly-in. And I included in your packets the difference. It's huge. It's pretty much double
For the
for school bus, yes. So that is an option. It is an option, but just for your records, I included that in your packet to see the difference in those estimates.
But are we, I mean, pretty much double, but $550 being doubled to $9. So is that monthly?
That would be for 2 units monthly.
And this would be, you know, yeah, so yes, the answer is yes, because some of these facilities, like the solid waste convenience stations, need those facilities
And
room.
the shooting range, the reserve shooting range.
comfort, in business.
Yeah, that's a good sense.
There's a joke in there on the buses. Yeah.
How would it happen? But,
Yeah, so it's another $400 a month. I mean, there isn't much of a choice here.
we don't, I mean, there's no other options at this point, right?
No.
Cause there's
As far as
nothing.
Kamado, Denwood, you know, Nattle, no, there's no option there. Reserve. We have a restroom in the fireman's shop, and
Right.
that would be for the attendant if necessary. But other than that, no, there's no option.
Besides a bush. Yeah.
Take environmental hospital.
Yeah. Okay. Discussion later.
So, and Johnny on the Spot, this is just I mean, the reason why they are not doing this anymore is because of the increased cost of the dumping
I'm
at Kamado, or
They
Does anybody-
sold all of their portable toilets and portable hand washing stations.
who did they
So-
sell them to?
I don't know.
not somebody that's doing work in the county, as our understanding.
So they're still gonna do the pumping, their septic pumping and all that stuff, just they're not providing the actual portable toilets and hand washing stations.
He's been wanting to get out.
Yeah, Bernard Jones, like. They're in shows, they go. Result.
You're touching it.
Call Bernard John. Oh my goodness.
So, if they're still pumping, what if we purchased them?
If we bought, cause you can buy, like, I know you can buy one of those used portable toilets, but
Because if we bought our own, and
they
then
pump
we can
them.
still service.
We would be a lot.
That's what I had to say. So if the solid waste was to buy portable toilets, say, and then Johnny on the spot, or
Pump them out.
obviously can still be pump. Is that possible?
I think that would be more, it would be, and it would be a better
It'd be higher.
financial decision for the county than paying
So.
$900.
That's
Because from what I'm understanding, that doesn't include the pumping, right? If we're renting it, or that does include the pumping?
That doesn't include all of it.
It's like rental and.
So
pumping,
what-
we just have
Do you
pump.
know what the cost would be, Mark, for us just to have our own units pumped?
I do.
So we could, so
Let's
let's,
have to look into it, and then, if we could purchase our own,
yeah,
have somebody come and service them, that would be the ticket I see.
Delivery truck charge under 30.
so there's possible we could have just the removal, right?
Yeah.
The truck charge removal.
What do you know about those incineration plants?
You just,
Doesn't matter, it burns everything.
I don't know.
But I know, because I bought them before, I know I've bought them from Banana John. Because I bought them not because it was way cheaper, I was the same boat. You can buy the used ones, or something. And then you own them, you just have them pumped, it's a lot cheaper than renting.
So, do you know, Mark, on average, because it doesn't seem like those would get a lot of use. Dude, I mean, would we even need them pumped monthly?
Yes,
Yeah?
definitely.
All right. Well, I didn't know how quickly crap accumulates, but anyway,
And the government.
A lot.
right? Well, so can we, so part of this, can we just motion staff to basically to find out what it would cost for us to purchase? And then Mark, you can figure out, you can tell us how many units the county's needing,
Okay,
and then what the cost would be to just have those serviced, our own units, and what the cost benefit ratio would be over renting.
It's gonna be way
purchasing.
more.
Can we throw in there to also look at incineration toilets that don't have to be pumped?
Yeah.
That's like the fire hazard.
If you allow, the incinerator toilets are very high maintenance.
Are they?
Somebody has to actually get in there, take them apart and clean them periodically.
Nobody's gonna want to. Oh.
Right there.
Watch the works.
Okay. Good are they?
All right, we're just gonna go with
So is there any?
buying one.
Well, to look into
The
it,
cost.
see what the savings is.
So if there's no further discussion, we'll entertain a motion, and the motion would be to direct staff to, so I'll motion to direct staff to look into the purchase of the necessary number of porta potties, and then what it would cost to service those versus switching over to the stool bus and renting those.
I'll second that.
It's been motion seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, direction to staff regarding commission office move.
Ooh, yeah.
I think this is gonna be a discussion item and stuff at this point in time. I don't know, and I'll just say, on the discussion part, I'll say my part, with everything that's going on with the treasurer's office and everything, like, I think that this is something that should be discussed, and we could table this until a further commission meeting, but I don't think we should even consider anything like this until after the first of the year. Just get everything lined out
So
with,
if we didn't wanna table it, and we just wanted to say, this is my thoughts on it, like, whenever we did the move, we used some of that grant that from Gale. If we move back, we're gonna have to pay all that money back.
Right.
And I went up there and looked through the office. I personally don't think we have room in that office to move that whole commission office back in there. So I don't know that I think that we should get it out in the open. I think that we've grown so much, I don't think that building will hold it. I would say like we're not gonna move and we don't bring it back up again, but that's me.
Yes.
I realize that you guys have said, you know, that you've got complaints and stuff coming in but it's just, we've outgrown it. It's a fact. And my personal opinion is like when we get those phone calls about like people upset or whatever, we should be explaining to them like we understand their concern and everything. However, we have outgrown the courthouse. We are looking for money further down the road to build a new courthouse. That's eventually what would, need to happen somewhere down the road.
Yes.
And I think, people would be okay with that answer. It's like, we don't even get one person a day up there. It's like, so I'm not sure who's complaining, but they're not coming up to see us. And most of the people that we do get in there are appointments. And the staff up there, we pretty much need closed doors. We need closed doors. We can't, you put us down there in that office down there and all 3 of us or 4 of us are on the phone at the same time, it's gonna sound like a call center to the customer on the other end. It's working there. I understand the concerns, but it's working there. We've already been there for a year. I think it's a very disruptive move. Plus, we don't have the money to pay back rent.
Yeah.
So, I know when they first moved up there, I was very much against the move. Thought it wouldn't work, but it has worked extremely well. I found when I've needed to have closed door meetings, we are able to do that. Particularly when you're talking, if you're having an HR issue with somebody, that it shouldn't be open to the public. If it was over in the main where the commission used to be, there's no such thing as a closed door meeting up there. Also for bid openings, that type of thing, they have the conference room up there. This prospective bidders are able to come in and have the bid openings and, they have the conference table to use. Other than that, then we're gonna start looking at having to hop around to different sites.
Right.
So when we originally discussed this, you had asked me to review some, with Tracy, and so solid waste gets at least 5 customers per day, right? We get Becky said less than 1 a day, but I'd say maybe 2 a week tops come to the commission office. So when I asked Tracy, and he can speak on his own behalf, but when I asked him, he said it would decimate his department, so.
Can you help us with that, Tracy?
With our location, we're kind of the clearinghouse for the courthouse, so everybody that walks through that door that doesn't know where they're going, they ask us. That's a great opportunity. They always ask us, well, what do you do here? We provide that information. We develop huge numbers of client relationships from that walk-in discussion, because they'll say, well, we work on this and this, and they'll say, well, do you know have anything about soil testing or things like that? So it's that proximity and that ability to communicate with the public coming through is a huge portion of our daily work. And then, of course, our publications are out there. Anybody that's waiting in line for motor vehicle, et cetera, we generate a lot of personnel and clientele contacts through that, and we're going to get done. Right? Absolutely. Same. So they have to be seeking us out, and so that's going to drop our relationship numbers down. The other thing financially that would be very challenging for my department right now is I provide paper to the clerk's office and use a copy machine. So that would take that kind of out of the picture. We'll have to figure out how we're going to pay for the copy machine. We need a good copy machine, but we don't need what a good copy machine costs.
Right.
So that part would be challenging as well. But again, the big key to it is that just so many people with our office location by the front door, we're kind of that clearinghouse. You generate huge numbers of our contacts from walk-in people that don't know what we do. What we provide help to them and or guide them to where they need to go. That part would be really challenging for us.
So when I read through the information here, we've got 9 bullet points. And every one of them are very meaningful as to why we should leave it in the current location. And I remember when we made the decision to do the move, we had good reasons for that. And we also did a lot of improvement in the area, particularly around parking to benefit it. And the number one item here is politically, it would be damaging to us if we had to pay back a grant. So from all this information, I'm in favor of leaving it where it is.
Our answer to the public, I know people don't like change, but we got from it. So in the perfect world, yeah, we have a big giant building and everybody be in it, but we don't have that. And so looking at the big picture, I don't think we can go back down.
I think we made a good decision a year and a half ago.
So if there's no further discussion, basically the direction to staff would be find a few $1 million to build courthouse.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, one thing we were kind of brainstorming is, and possibly Adrian can answer this, if there's no need to have the court in the courthouse, possibly moving the courthouse, say, get a double wide mobile home and place it, on. Like that. But, and then you redo the court area to house the commission, right?
Or the police department. You could always move the police department out. You have all that space.
So it was shaped.
To retain jail for just a few hours, not overnight, but don't they say?
Prior.
That's to be a holding cell.
So I don't think we can do that. Like the best scenario is just to leave things the way we got them.
Status quo
Until
we
Until we
get
find
3
millions.
million.
But so in most other counties, is the sheriff's department, isn't it in a separate building and then the county courthouse or?
It
Yeah,
varies.
so
It really varies.
in a lot of the counties, they have a public safety complex that will, you typically hold the fire administration and the sheriff's department.
Right.
And so that's what you see in many of the different counties.
I would say, I mean, to stack on that point, if you're going to the legislature for capital funds, probably the best bet is to request money for public safety, for a public safety building. If that's what, and for fire and sheriff's office, then that would free up that space. That's really where the legislature is giving out funds right now, is in that area. More so than asking for courthouse funds.
So if we could show that because of parking, everything else, and safety, but where would be a viable place to put the sheriff's office if a new facility was created and house sheriffs and fire?
So my thought was, where we were planning on putting the training facility is putting a building in there and being able to lump that all together as a
And that would
public
be
safety
where at?
complex.
And the solid waste.
Yeah, solid waste. Right.
On the lane.
The old place called
So just keep in mind also that we're not talking about just the sheriff's department, we're talking about a countywide dispatch area.
Right.
And that's an extremely big logistical load with an awful lot of equipment and money involved with that.
Yeah.
If it moved anywhere but the courthouse at this time, I don't know that we have communications countywide. Because we don't have line of sight for our marketplace to shoot. where we need to shoot from out in the way. And we take a very circuitous route now to shoot from there to there to there to go through a very narrow slot to get to Frisco Moon Mountain, be able to access the remote base and talk to local kids. Moving it down to any other hole, we will lose countywide communications unless we do something drastically different with our county communication system.
Like put it on the hill up there.
Well, we did drive up the hilltop, it didn't work. Radio and pop. No, there would have to be a great deal of consideration on that because that basically the sheriff's department and everything they do out of there. Because probably at least a third of the occupying space in the sheriff's department is communication.
Right. Well, no, this is good to know. That's why we're just kicking things around, to see in the future, and the speed at which things go.
And I'm opposed to doing that because I would like to have a better situation than what we have with these relays for them to be able to talk.
Right.
To the far point of our county. It just would take an awful lot of logistics and money to be able to make that.
Right. So I wonder what, that would be something to look into too, on the viability of communications and what would need to be done there.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
I know, like Western is put all this fiber optic, quite my country down south, they've gone there. But fiber optic is supposed to be coming this way.
Right.
Would a fiber optic allow them to have like a remote antenna on top of the hill and they can communicate, to anywhere below that?
In theory, yes. Operationally, it's not going to happen. Because once their system goes down, which they tend to go down an awful lot, they lose a main feeding station somewhere, even in Silver City. All of our
Because I know
internet's down.
technically right now, we're tunneling through them.
We are, but when their main system goes down, we cannot have a radio communication system come down. We have to maintain the RF radio.
We're currently using Western and we're access to their fiber lead for all communications.
No, we are not.
So the fiber line that comes into the internet is separate from the sheriff's office.
Has nothing to do with radio communications.
I know. But what source is that? What source is the service being provided to communication? Yeah. Because at one time you guys had a T1 link.
What source is WNM providing for communications?
What communications and or the sheriff's office has access to NCIS, all that through the internet.
Yes.
And that makes that whole system run. So currently is Western providing.
Western is providing the internet service that lets the sheriff's department access NCIC and do all their checks and keep in touch with Senate. However, radio communications are completely.
So I understand that, but radio ultimately still, the information that dispatcher relays, et cetera, still comes through. Officer requests NCIS information, they still have to search that through that system.
Okay, but
So it's still
a combined system. So yes, when an officer requests information from the radio for the dispatch to check NCIC or run backgrounds on the H-29s, that part's done on the internet by the dispatcher. The part I'm talking about is without the communication system the way we have it now, that officer would not be able to even contact dispatch.
No, I understand that, but I guess what I'm saying is we're already codependent.
Not for communication. That's operational issues on sheriff's department. Communications for sheriff, fire, and EMS are strictly RF related, radio.
All right. So, there's no further discussion. What would the motion be at this point? Just to direct staff to?
I don't think there's, based on the consensus, I think.
Okay, so item N, no action taken. Item O, approval of county trapper agreement with Tandy Mingus. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I would like to have a brief bit of feedback with particular agreement. For the previous, we're doing this for, for our good DNA project, which I think is worthwhile. But our previous contracts basically were very short in duration, like a month or 2 months, something like that. So basically, the term of the contract was that we paid the contractor out after the month or whatever. This one is, is proposed to be more funds and proposed in a longer period of time. And so it still is in the original form, which says he would get paid out after the entire, when the contract's done. It might be more beneficial to both the contractor and the county to pay, maybe a monthly rate instead for services, or up to the amount, or some other type of payment option other than just getting everything at the end. I want to throw that out there, just see what kind of terms we would like to add or change, or just leave it as is. But I think maybe a monthly flat rate up to the amount might be the way to go. But yeah.
So you were gonna work for nothing until June, huh?
So wouldn't that be better, be paid on a monthly basis?
Yeah, it would, for sure. I think that would be a lot better. I have a lot of landowners contacting me, want me to get back out there.
Yes, sir.
Got people down south telling me they got cats getting killed, not, so they're hoping to get a little bit of help, but, hopefully we can get back to it. I mean, whatever we gotta do to get there, we'll with, but, I think it definitely would be more beneficial if it didn't.
All right.
Yeah.
We did get the genetic test results of the 4 samples that we sent. I got them yesterday, technically Saturday, but she had to do some tweaking. Unfortunately, none of them were wolf crosses.
I still
But
cannot.
that one that
believe
was
that.
on
I still
Hayden's was like 20% dog.
Yeah, there was
Was that the one?
So I'm not sure that she had to clean up her, so she didn't tell us which sample was
I wanna
what.
know what-
One of them was, 60%.
Yeah, but that's 100. It doesn't matter if it's coyote. That's 100.
But hybrid with a dog.
Yeah, but
Wait,
wolves,
with canine
but
versus
wolves are not 100% wolf either, and that's why I'm like, I wonder what's gonna come about. They'll just be like, oh, that one just got some dog.
No, but they claimed that all of these are
Coyotes.
no, but they're genetically, remember at the meeting, the Game and Fish said, there's none of them out there that have coyote
DNA.
or dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said that they're 100% Mexican gray wolf.
Well, we gotta keep doing it. It's pretty clear that there are some
No,
irregularities.
it'll be good this year, and we've also got the other guy that's Bill Nelson that's working with the sheriffs. Between the two of them, we ought to have a lot of samples to send in.
Okay. So
Yes.
Okay, into the bad pipe. With this previously, you had allocated some of the LATCF money that has been expended. Are you planning on allocating some more of the LATCF money to fund this, or where are we pulling the funds from?
What's our balance? We have one more year to use all that left in fund.
I believe so. We have to, oh, no, your research showed we didn't have to expend by April, correct? The LATCF funds?
The LATCF, as far as I know, does not have an expiration date on it, but
I bet we can make that decision right now. Let me
that would be good.
find it. We had 2 COVID grants, Becky. One was LATCF. What was the other one? ARPA. Here it is. Thank you.
Those are the ARPA and stuff, that's not part of LATCF though.
No,
Yeah, that's different.
I was just looking for the name of the folder.
I believe that money has been expended, correct? It's the ARPA funds for.
Yeah, there's no ARPA funds available. That's done. That has to be done anyway by March. That is all encumbered by December 31st.
Okay. So what's the best option?
I mean, you can extend, and you could put another 20,000 whatever in that same line item, it's already existing.
Right.
For the previous one, I just need to know what you're gonna allocate for it, so I can. Actually,
What would 20,000 gonna cover?
I don't know.
What is,
You're at 15.
It's currently it's 15, what was someone proposed.
yeah,
What,
so that would out.
And I would request, so the genetic testing is running about $145 per sample. So we do need to allocate some funding
Yeah,
to
so
do
that would
that.
cover. So the 20,000.
So would, for the purpose of the contract then, we could, if we counted this month, I mean, would we say a flat rate of $18.75 a month, or is it a different amount, or how would you like to do that? And that would come till June, or do we need a different date? It's up to you.
Trapping's not very good when it gets warm, like I would suggest like doing. I mean, you can start about whenever it's starting to get cold enough, but like December, January and February are the 3 good real trapping months. After that, it's a little harder to catch them.
I know, but if we pay him to continue on, if
Yeah,
that's in
good till
calving,
March.
through calving season,
Yeah,
up until June, like I think,
but I don't think we can do it like on contract with him paying fuel and everything, great. I mean, 1,800 a month, like I don't think that'll cut it.
right,
He'll have more fuel than he would make.
Up to this board to decide later.
So we need to come to with like. I mean, if we could go through May, I guess, I don't know.
so Tandy,
Yes.
let's figure out, so let's do it now till March. And then let's figure out what you would need, with not offsetting being able to sell your furs and stuff. See what we would need to continue it until June, just to cover those areas that are getting hit hard with calving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cause you wouldn't be able to. So right now, we could approve it at the normal rate until, and then we could revisit it, right?
So that would be, let me just see if I make sure, right, that's November, December, January, February. It's basically 4 months.
Yeah,
So that'd be 37, under this amount, it'd be $37.50 a month flat rate. Till March 1st. That's what you-
yes,
And if we started in December, that would take them into April instead.
right.
So maybe we start.
Yeah, cause
December
we're
1st.
almost December.
Yeah, I would like him, like, cause there's a lot of, there is some people that start calving, right, like they're starting to calve right now.
Yeah,
And trapping gets pretty good anyway.
so even now, go for 5.
To do, go now or start December 1st?
No, I'd start 15.
You can start now.
So start today and then go till the March 1st and we can
Then we could
reevaluate.
revisit it.
That'll work. I'll make that change.
Does that sound good?
Yes, sir.
All right,
And then what do we, so what did we say, a month, 37?
If you're based on the 15,000 is what you've allocated, it's $3,750 a month.
So like your fuel and stuff, is that gonna work?
That would cover it for sure, yeah, I can work with it.
okay.
Yeah.
It will come out of an LATC account. I just cannot find the information right now to recommend which account. But we do have, monies.
It's only one account, isn't
It's
it?
set up, yeah.
Well, a line item within are we gonna take it out of some of the money we had allocated for Battle Community Center?
There's some of the stuff
Or
used.
there's line items in there, we just.
Okay, so we can approve this, we can approve the agreement, and then Becky, so then we can decide where we're pulling that money from, right?
Yeah.
Because there's enough to get started approving the agreement, right? Yeah, okay. And then if we need to make an adjustment at the next commission meeting, we can put that up on the agenda. All right?
So we will give you a specific line item to take it out of.
Okay.
Just can't do it right now.
That's
Okay, so if there's no further discussion, the motion would be to approve the county trapper agreement with Tandy Mingus up until
March
March
1st.
first.
The flat rate.
Yes, with the flat rate. And is there anything else we need to motion?
That's it, I'll just.
Is there a second? It's been motioned second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And hold on, just to clarify, so that is a contract, we don't need to fly it. We're legal in doing all of this without putting anything else.
It's a service agreement, so at under 60,000, it gets small personal relations, which falls under it.
Okay, perfect, as long as we're all there.
All right. Approval of thank you, sir.
Yes.
Item B, approval of updated scope of work for the IPRA GRO grant funding allocation. Open the floor for discussion.
So this is a grant that we received for ICRA. Actually, it's the grant that helped us move up to the commission office. And the way it was initially structured, I guess by Deanna, it broke all of these items up into little bits of money in each one. We finally got a quote from Terralogic, and we currently have their software. They are on the statewide price agreement, and it's gonna be about $100,000. They're gonna come in, they're gonna take everything we have, make it digital, and then we're going to still retain the files that we have to retain, that we don't, legally have to. And they'll bring them back to us, we will file. So this is getting everything in the commission office and all the maps digitized.
Love it. Perfect. Love it.
So this is just making that one line item considerably higher, and then putting it through these other line items.
Right.
As Emily and I went through to estimate where we would need them.
And what grant is this?
It's the IFRT Grow Grant. It's the IFRT Grow Grant. I'm pretty sure you got this.
Nice.
I remember when Warren was here, we sat down and mapped this out initially. It's just kind of been sat on the back burner. That's the thing on this read at the Southwest Fog when she and I were going through this to decide where we were going to move money. She did say that we've spent like $16,000 of those grants. She said they could decide right now. We're taking the money, but you're not using it.
Sometimes it takes a while.
This one here is that's gonna spend a decent chunk, and they're gonna be real happy about that.
Love it.
Okay. Well, if there's no further discussion,
I'll make a motion, we approve.
I'll second it. It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Huh? Well, I mean, we can go ahead, it's just, item 10 and 11, approval of checks and registers and approval of payroll. Is there any discussion? If there's no further discussion, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve.
I'll second it. Good motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now, executive session. Motion roll call vote to recess regular session and go into executive session. Pursuant to New Mexico State Statute, Section 10-15-1, only the following matters will be discussed in closed session. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
District 1,
Buster Green. Aye.
District 3,
Aim forward, aye.
Queen is gone. Time, it is 10:39, you're in executive session.
Let's support folks on,
Let's, all right. Motion and vote to reconvene regular session. Motion.
a motion.
Motion and second. All in favor? Aye. Motion and roll call vote that matters discussed in closed session were limited to those specified in motion for closure and that no final action was taken as per New Mexico statute section 10-15-1.
Motion?
Yes.
Yeah, so,
Do we have a motion?
yes, I'll motion,
Second.
then motion and second. All in
District
favor?
two.
Aye.
Aye.
Buster Green, no action taken.
District 2,
Audrey was being caught.
District 3.
Eight forward, no action taken.
Okay. Action item 13A, appointment of freeholders to view a portion of the Frisco Box Spur Ridge Road, FR 210 for possible vacation. So we need to appoint 3 freeholders for,
3 freeholders?
I'm pretty, isn't it?
3 freeholders, 3 people who are disinterested but own county. Own property in the county. Have to own property. They can't be renters.
So we need,
You're looking for recommendations.
sure,
Yeah.
yep,
I feel that we can provide this,
okay.
you're heading me off guard here, so.
Yeah, and this, and this we should have,
But that's all.
okay, so like on these next two roads that are on, so what I did was I found people that had owned property around there or whatever and explained to them what it was about and stuff. And then they said that they would go out and view, and then they'll come back to the county and say, basically, it's not going to affect anyone for this portion of road to be taken off. So you just need to find 3 people around there that will say, that will look at that 100 feet, and then they'll just come back and they'll basically,
Make recommendations.
yeah, they'll make a recommendation to the commission. Let me give you this.
Be here in person, or do you take them on email, or?
Nope. And Mr. Chairman, before we do, I just want to mention that if we, I think the petitioners can maybe make suggestions, but
yes,
we want to, I don't think we want
So
them
we
to.
would have to.
We'd have to, you need to appoint them, you need to, or give the authority to the manager, because we don't want someone saying, well, the person who wanted this, gave the names, and so then it can be challenged.
Right.
And could you clarify what you believe the issue is that we're discussing, please? Just make sure I understand that what you want the freeholders to be, commenting on?
The freeholders go out, look at the property and then up the road, and they say either A, it's needed, or B, it's no longer needed, or it's unduly burdensome to maintain.
I understand, but we're looking at just 100 feet right at the gate that the tractor's been using to turn on, right?
My understanding.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify what they were discussing.
Correct. Being we discussed, we run that gate in your property line about that.
We just recommend some,
You are familiar with people in the area.
we could recommend Patty and Dennis swap. And Sally Holzer. We could.
So, Mr. Chairman, I would motion to delegate the authority to the manager to appoint the 3 final freeholders, and then the commissioners can give her names, or anyone else can provide names, and she would just appoint the final.
Do it.
Okay, so on A, there's no further discussion. The motion would be to delegate. Yep. So,
Did you get that, Madam Clerk?
I can get out.
To manager?
Yeah.
is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been motioned and second to delegate the authority to Ms. Muller to
Appoint the freeholders.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Item. Yes.
So then once these 3 people are assigned this responsibility, then they'll report back to you?
So we'll have a conversation.
Okay.
So they'll basically just fill that out and say, you know what? This doesn't affect anybody here. And then the next commission meeting, we will vote as a commission to vacate that road. It's just the process that we have to go through to do it.
And just one more clarity question, sorry. So at this point, now Deb is the one who has it in her lap. And it's really kind of, we're recused from talking with any of these people about this, right?
You're free to speak, you're free to give your position and what you think should be. They can take that into consideration. Sure. If I was a freeholder, I would seek you out and I would want to talk to you.
Okay, we're allowed to talk.
Yeah.
Can I speak for a moment? First of all, the public at large, including myself, have no clue what you guys are doing. And I commend you all for what you're doing. It's really cool. Back to the point at hand. I don't really understand or that there really is anything to abandon because there's no easement. It's just a map maker's created a network map on the behalf of the county and somehow or another drew that line past the boundary. Is an abandonment may solve this whole thing, but it's technically there's nothing to abandon. I mean, we're paying taxes on that land that the county is claiming that they have access to. So I'm just throwing that out. Is this the proper process in abandonment?
Yes, if the county has graded the road in the past, it becomes county property. Even it becomes county property. So the only way to make it not county property is to abandon it. And lots of people move in and get confused because they still pay taxes on the property and it's not on their lot. But if the county has used it, it is county property.
Thank you for explaining that. I wasn't really clear on it.
No problem.
Historically, when we've done road vacations, each freeholder also wrote a letter to go with the documentation.
Okay. And then, just for my understanding, the freeholders, after they're appointed, and I think that process could take a week or two or whatever it takes. When do they present their report back to you or their recommendations back to you, and then you will meet again in the future meeting? And then,
So each freeholder will get their paper that they fill out and hopefully a letter or an email even. And it's not like they all have to submit at the same time, they would get those to Deb via email, bring them in, however they want to.
so over a period of time, when they're accumulated, it'll be presented back to the commissioners.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
You say they just have to own property in Catherine County?
Correct.
The other one's all credit.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
And it won't take long. I wouldn't be surprised if all the information isn't back for our next meeting.
Right. Okay. Is there a reason for us to attend? In your opinion?
You want to make public comment?
I mean, I would say if it's on the agenda and, I mean, the freeholders, maybe they come back with an answer that you don't like, then you want to be able to address the commission.
Okay.
At least.
Will we be notified of what the freeholders?
All you have to do is ask me, we have to, just reach out.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I don't know if you want to tie B and C. Because they're both up there. And, yeah, the freeholders are already, and there are people who have land right there who it would be involving.
Didn't we have an issue with the Magnum Road name? The Lush Drive or something?
The 828 versus 8.
So it's A29?
No, it's
So it's correct.
it's listed right on
Okay.
AO 28. Yeah, AO 29 is another road. That's
Okay.
the mine
Then
road.
we're good.
Yeah. So
Okay.
on B and C, and I'll give you a mailing address for Steve Jensen. But
Did you tie them together in one motion? Or which one?
yes, that's fine unless you want to.
You have the freeholders name?
Yes.
Then I would then make a motion to approve freeholders,
So did you
list their
say-
names, and then to view A and C. B and C.
So
Just to confirm, this is Mac.
No, that's both.
Oh, both.
That's both B and C. That's both, A009 and A028. And I need to, we need to list the exact ordinance that those would be vacated.
Not in this meeting, but because this is partial, but you will eventually for the freeholders.
Cause it is a portion. Yeah,
So, but we do, read that in a motion.
okay.
Why don't you make motions?
Okay, so I motion that for B and C, the appointment of the freeholders is Adrian McFall, Steve Jensen, and Dustin Armstrong, who are all property owners in that area. Is there a second? Second. It's been motioned and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And that is it.
I didn't say anything because I thought maybe you have to include what roads they're going in.
Adrian McFall, Steve
That
Johnson,
is
and Dustin.
County
Armstrong.
Road 8, that designates it. And the county road, they can just say that.
He said items B and C, so that's. Oh, okay.
It was good.
All right, so we're good.
Okay,
All right.
we're good, Sherry?
Mhm.
Okay, that's it. Next commission meeting, December 10th, 2025. Go, yes, sir, so,
Completely off of our topic.
yep,
We're discussing an earlier issue with not having enough space, in your offices and the like, and what you're gonna do. It's kind of my world. I went over there and looked at the courthouse. I think it could be possible to just go up above the structure to the backside of the courthouse.
Third floor? Build a third floor?
No, I'm thinking of the second floor above is that the sheriff's
Oh,
department?
above the sheriff?
Yeah. And maybe a way you could do it where it can be actually built out without interfering with the sheriff's department portion. And then when it's done, put a facade down and cover it over. Just a thought. Instead of trying to build a separate structure at a separate location, it'll have to acquire a location. You may have the location.
We did adjourn, right?
Not yet.
Oh, let's adjourn right quick.
okay. So, December 10th, 2025, 9 a.m., by Administration Building. And meeting is adjourned at 11:42 a.m. Now we can.
That's very interesting. You say it's your book, or you?
Well,
Engineer?
my